And that continues to be our top story here on Breaking Ground. Yet another instance of VVIP menace of a brat who actually took the law into his own hands, this time from Karnataka. Karnataka BJP leader's son assaulted a toll staffer who asked him just to pay the toll fee. Samarth Gowda Patil, son of BJP leader Vijay Gowda Patil, was travelling in a vehicle from Vijaypura towards Sindagi when the altercation took place. On being asked to pay the toll fee, Samarth Gowda reportedly identified himself as the son of Vijay Gowda Patil, and when the staff did not recognize him or understand what he was trying to refer to, that's when he went ahead and thrashed the person there on your screens. We believe he had some friends with him as well. Samarth Gowda reportedly lost his temper. He and his friends then assaulted the tollgate employee. Staff members at the plaza intervened and stopped the scuffle from escalating. Meanwhile, in a rampant display of brazen VVIP behavior, culture, the BJP leader has defended his son's act, saying it was only natural to get angry when someone speaks ill of their father. What makes this privilege even worse is the fact that no arrests have been made in this case yet. Why? Because the toll staffer has not filed a complaint.
ನಾ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಗಾಡಿ ನಾ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಮಗ ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅವೇನು ಏಕೊಚ್ಚಿಂದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಮಗ ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ಅವ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವ ಕೇಳ ನಾನು ಏನು ರೀ ದಿನ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ದಿನ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲನೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇವ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಮಾತಾಡ ಯಾವ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಟೋಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಏಕೊಚ್ಚಿಂದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ ನಾವು ಅವ ಏಕೊಚ್ಚಿಂದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಪ್ಲೆ ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ ಅದಾರೆ. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮಗನ ಮುಂದೆ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಬೈದ್ರೆ ಇವು ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬರೋದು ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಆವಾಜ್ ಶಬ್ದದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ ನಾವು ಆವಾಜ್ ಶಬ್ದದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಪ್ಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಾನ ನೀ ಸೀದಾ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಅವನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಓಡಿಗಾರ ಓಡೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗ್ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕತ್ತಿ ಏಕೊಚ್ಚಿಂದಾಗ ಈ ಶಬ್ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನೇ ಅಂತ ಇವರು ಕೇಳ್ಯಾರ. ಅವ್ನ ಮಗನೇ ಅಂದಾನೆ ಇವರು ಮಗನೇ ಅಂದಾರ. ಮತ್ತು ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪೈತಿ? ತಪ್ಪು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಟೋಲ್ ಹಾಕೋದವ್ರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
In news just coming in, Karnataka Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao has slammed this behavior by the BJP MLA's son. He has said this is typical attitude of the powerful and that the brat's father is to be equally blamed. Listen in.
A video that's going viral on the social media where there's a VVIP brat that's been seen. A BJP leader's son goes on to attack the toll staff. How do you see this particular incident? Because you see what's really been highlighted over here is that he goes on to question that whether he knows whose son he is. How do you see this kind of a VIP treatment and then attacking?
No, this is definitely like typical superior attitude of people who are in positions of power and who are rich, and they think that they are above the law and nobody should question them. So this is something which is highly condemnable, and I think the strictest action should be taken against this person. And it shows what kind of an upbringing he's got and the attitude that he's developed, spoiled due to his father's fame and name, and misusing that. And it is condemnable and shameful behavior.
So you see, as you say about the upbringing, this brings me to question you this as well. You have the father now defending the son, saying what that he has done is because the kind of words that were used by the staff member as well. How do you see this, sir?
I think that is a problem. No, I think the son, for his behavior, I think the father also is to blame, because that's the kind of upbringing the father has given. And if the father is defending the son for his actions like this, instead of being remorseful, it shows what kind of parenting the son has received. So this is the problem with people. They think that just because they belong, some people since they belong to a certain upper community, upper class, they think they can do what they want and treat other people like inhumanly. And some people in positions of power, they think that they're above the law, and the normal law etiquette and behavior doesn't apply to them. So the police should take strong action, and I think it should be a lesson to everybody, even other people also, that such kind of behavior will not be tolerated.
Ritu now joins me live. She's been tracking all the developments in this story. Ritu, this is a case of spare the rod, spoil the child. तुम्हें पता है मेरा बाप कौन है, just reeks of misplaced entitlement, privilege and power. But my question to you is something that everyone is asking at this point, be it in Karnataka or the rest of the country. Why have no arrests been made in this case? Why has no complaint been filed in this case?
Well, you see, as you rightly pointed out, you see this is a VVIP culture that's again come to the fore here in the Karnataka, where you see the BJP leader's son goes on to assault the toll staff, where he goes when he questions. In fact, he's also seen questioning the toll staff that whether he's aware of whose son really he is. Now, that's the kind of culture that's really come to the fore here in the state. But now, more importantly, to answer your question, that why there's not been a case that's been registered yet in this particular matter. Now, you see, this is an individual case that one really needs to understand. Now, if this was a case that falls under the public interest, whether it was some other sort of an issue that was on the public domain, on the public, on the streets basically, then the police could have really taken a suo moto cognizance of this particular issue. Now, herein you will have to have basically the toll staff, or for that matter, the manager as of the staff, the toll basically to come forward to file a complaint. Now, we have tried to understand this from a police as well, whether there has been any sort of a case that's been registered. We are yet to hear that as well, because there's no complaint that's been filed since it's an individual case. That's the reason there's no complaint, and therefore there's no FIR that's yet been registered as well. But needs to be seen whether by end of the day today we will see whether there would be an FIR that would get registered in this particular issue, because this has now really gone viral. You also have the Congress up in the arms saying that this is the supreme attitude of the BJP son, showing this very openly at the public space, and goes on therefore assaulting as well whatever the matter was. He could have really amicably solved as well, being a responsible citizen, but shouldn't have assaulted this particular toll staff is what has been said.
You spoke to Mr. Gundu Rao. Why isn't the Congress thinking of taking action in this case? He's condemning the incident, but why not go ahead and push for action in this case? Push for a complaint, push for the arrest.
Well, you see, that's the whole point, that we will have to wait for the couple of hours now, whether there would be a complaint that would really get filed as well, because since it's going viral on the social media as well, whether you see the Home Minister Department will make a note of this particular incident and take this whole matter very seriously as well. So all that will get cleared in the couple of hours then.
Stay with me. This is, of course, our top story here. This is something that must not go unchecked, and that's what we're trying to say here on Breaking Ground as well as on NDTV. Once again, let's take you through that video. The sequence of events that you can see there. You can see the MLA's son there threatening the toll plaza employee. All that man did was ask for the fee, which he's mandated to do. It's his job, it's his duty. You see him rolling up his sleeves, then you see him intimidating the man there on your screens. You see more toll plaza members coming in, staffers coming in and trying to stop this altercation, which seems to be one-sided, of course, in this case. You have some of his friends also there, and then they try to escort him out of that little toll plaza that you have out there. Look at that action there, just pulling up his sleeves there. That entitlement, that sense of misplaced privilege is what we're talking about. And to talk more about this, we have Sandeep Anirudhan, convener Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru. Sandeep, what do you have to say about what I've just been explaining here on our screen? It's really disturbing. It's a misplaced sense of power, really. And you really usually see that line being used in Bollywood movies from the 70s and 80s. Pata hai mera baap kaun hai, being used here. It's shocking.
Vedika, on a humorous note, I don't know why all these VIP brats generally have an identity crisis. They go around asking absolute strangers whether they know who their father is. Aren't they sure who their father is? They should go get a DNA test. Why do they go asking absolute strangers? Absolute strangers will not know who their father is. So, I mean, not taking away from the gravity of the issue, this is, on a serious note, this is grave misbehavior. And what is shocking is not that the VIP brat has misbehaved. What is worse is his father has come out in support of his actions. And he's an elected representative. Doesn't he know that as an elected representative, he is a servant of the people? He's not the boss of the people. He's a servant, he's a public servant, and he should, cultivate the right culture at home, that his children know that they are at the service of people. They are not here to lord it out over people. And they, especially public representatives, should be extremely aware that under the law, everybody is equal. Every Indian is equal. If they don't know these things, they should not be elected at all. I think the people, the voters of his constituency should take note of this behavior, and they should hold him responsible at the next elections. They should vote him out. Secondly, I think the police
Here,
need
this is
to
a VVIP tantrum that was thrown at a toll plaza. You go and speak to the father of this VVIP brat. I don't want to even take his name and give him more privilege than he deserves in this case. You go to the father of this VVIP brat and ask him a question on this. He not only defends his son, but also in a way justifies how people should recognize him, if you've heard what he has said. This is the problem, where you have the son going and committing an offense, going against the law, and the father, be it a politician or otherwise, it's this VVIP culture in India to cover up for the son. This is so dangerous. It sets such a wrong precedent.
Absolutely, Vedika. And I think the police should file a case not only against the son who has brazenly committed a crime. Since the father has given out public statements as a public representative in support of it, I think even the father should be booked for incitement or abetment. There's enough valid evidence. It's all on video. It's in public domain. I think both of them should be booked for this.
And before I let you go,
take note.
yes, before I let you go, it also talks about how the victims in this case are so vulnerable. Because if it was someone in power, perhaps, Sandeep, you would have that complaint already being registered at a police station.
Yes, yes. But it also, see, the thing is, these bullies pick on the poor, vulnerable people, and it's a habit. But as we saw in a case in Bengaluru, in a very posh restaurant, one of these MLA's sons and his friends beat up another privileged person to pulp. And even that has not gone to any reasonable conclusion. I mean, they seem to have settled it outside court. So the VIPs seem to bend the law to their interest. They misuse their privilege. And I think public should rise up very strongly against such incidences, or else this will not only perpetuate, it will strengthen. I think the public have to take a stand on each and every instance where the misuse of power happens. And otherwise, we will not be able to keep in check the people who misuse power.
They shouldn't go unchecked. A lot depends on the system itself. Us as civilians as well, we need to push for action when it comes to incidents such as the one that you're seeing on your screen. Sandeep, thanks for joining me live here on Breaking Ground. Before we move on, I want you to hear the father's reaction to this incident once again.
ನಾ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಗಾಡಿ ನಾವು ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಮಗ ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅವೇನು ಏಕವಚನದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ವಿಜುಗೌಡ್ರ ಮಗ ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ಅವ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವ ಕೇಳ ನಾನು ಏನು ರೀ ದಿನ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ದಿನ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲನೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇವ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಮಾತಾಡ ಯಾವ ವಿಜುಗೌಡ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಟೋಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಏಕವಚನದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ ನಾವು ಅವ ಏಕವಚನದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಪ್ಲೆ ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ ಅದಾರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮಗನ ಮುಂದೆ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಬೈದ್ರೆ ಇವು ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬರೋದು ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಆವಾಜ್ ಶಬ್ದದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಯ ನಾವು ಆವಾಜ್ ಶಬ್ದದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಪ್ಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಾನ ನೀ ಸೀದಾ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗ್ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕತ್ತಿ ಏಕವಚನದಾಗ ಈ ಶಬ್ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನೇ ಅಂತ ಇವರು ಕೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಅವ್ನ ಮಗನೇ ಅಂದಾನೆ ಇವರು ಮಗನೇ ಅಂದಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪೈತಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಟೋಲ್ ಹಾಕೋದವ್ರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು